I'm Carol, and I'm gonna give a demo of the multi-signature consent external module, which is very handy, I believe, when you need secondary consent, secondary signatures on your consent forms. So first off, to enable an external module, as I think most people know, but I'll go over it really quickly. You go to your external modules, manage on the left-hand side. Since this project already has it enabled, it's not going to show up in my enable a module list, but I have found the easiest way to find this one is to type the word consent, and then it will come up as, I think, the only option, at least as of right now. This is what it is. It's the multi-signature consent version 1.1.3. There have not been a lot of changes in the past year or two, but it seems to work very good. I'm not going to go over the configuration until I show you exactly kind of how it works. This project that I'm using is actually pretty simple, very simplistic. It only collects the e-consent and the signature. It does start out with a participant email so that we know who to send the completed consent to. So I will go ahead and add a new record. Again, this first form is purely informational. I'm going to use my own email address so that I get the responses and I can show you what they look like. This e-consent is set up just as generic as it can be in the e-consent framework. There's nothing special about how this is set up. So there's multiple ways, of course, to deliver this to your subjects. You can do a composed survey invitation and use the email address you know for them, or if you have a tablet, you could just open the survey and then hand the tablet to this subject if you're in person. So I'm going to pretend that that's the way I'm doing this. Here's the informational part of the e-consent setup. The consent form itself, as you can see, it's just normal. Yes, we agree to be in the participate in the study. We add in our information here, our name and the date of birth. Just pick that. Actually, I like that better. So here are his initials. And we'll go to the next page, the certification page. Again, just looks normal. It shows you the consent that's been signed. And here is the information that the participant agreed to and provided. Certify and submit. What I have going on here is that there's a trigger, an alert that actually lets me know that this e-consent instrument has been completed, and I get this. I'm sorry, that's not the right one. Here is the email that I receive, and I'm sorry. Here's the email I received to remind me as the staff member to go and sign the staff instrument, the staff signature instrument. So I have this set up as a survey, not a survey link, but a form link that goes directly to the record that was just completed. So this is going to be me. And I'll add my own signature. This is the date and time it was signed. And as you can see on this document, on this instrument, this is actually automatically saved with the e-consent. This is the field that contains the consent with the subject signature only. When you save this instrument, the way I have it set up, once you save this instrument as complete, it will merge the two signatures and put it into a single file and upload it here. So first off, I'll just show you this one, that it only has the single signature. As you can see, there's only the one signature. There's no other pages. I'm at the last page. So we'll close that. I will change this to complete, save and stay so that you can see that it uploads. It's immediate. Here it is here. And this, I think this is a very, very nice presentation for having two signatures on one document. So that's very nice. There is, because, let's see. So now this consent is completely documented. You have it here on the record. It does not automatically go into the repository. The merged document does. The regular single signature document does, but this one does not automatically go there. I recommend using the PDF snapshot, possibly to create a separate snapshot if you want to preserve that in the repository. I don't really know that it's necessary since you do have it on the record. So if you, there is a setting in the, in the external module that allows you to put it in the archive here, but it does show up as two records for the same person. So that could become confusing when somebody in the future is looking at your repository. So that's why I would recommend putting the merged document in a different folder. That's all just recommendations. It doesn't have to be done that way. So let me show you the configuration now. It's fairly simple. When you initially open this up, of course, all of this is blank and you only see the first instrument to merge. The second one's not there until you hit the plus. So of course, your instruments to merge are going to be your e-consent instrument and your signature instrument for the staff. This, you must give a place for the merged document to be uploaded on the record. This is a has to be there field. And so that's why I added it to the staff signature. It's better not to put it on the actual e-consent. I would always suggest putting it on the staff signature or some form after the staff signature. The update logic, this triggers when it should save the form into the upload. And what this does, this is very straightforward if you know what the fields are. So if the study team's signature is not blank and the merged document is blank, that's when we need to upload it. If those two things, if you give a circumstance that could be true after the upload is done, it may try to upload it again and again if by chance you're modifying the staff signature form for some reason, going and editing the data on there. So it's important to make sure this is a single time. It should not remain true after the PDF has been generated. The custom header and footer, I suggest not using these because you do have that option in your e-consent already. And why duplicate the data? It's probably already there on your e-consent. The keep page breaks, I've discovered what that does is in between the e-consent and the staff signature, it would create a new page break so that those two signatures actually wouldn't show up on a single page, if you will. It would still be within the same document, but it would not be on a single full page. So that could be good depending on how long your documents are. The keep the record ID field row. I didn't test this a whole lot because it's talking about something being on the first instrument. With my example, I'm not using the first instrument, so I don't think this would have any effect on my example project. Save in the file repository. This is where if you selected this, you would get that secondary file in your file repository next to your e-consent. So I have that deselected at this time. Save to external storage. I personally have not figured out what they're talking about in external storage. I'm not sure if it's, it says it's the same location that is configured in the e-consent module. And I looked at the e-consent module and I didn't see anything for external storage either. So that one is a little bit of a mystery to me. This file as save as a survey in the file repository. This is important that whatever instrument you pick here is a survey, otherwise it won't work. And I believe that this is what triggers this to happen.
Hey, Carol,
Yes.
just one quick comment. The save to external storage, um, that is, so the external storage for that file is something that is configured by us as to where we want to store those e-consent files. So that is just saying that it's going to go to that same external storage location that we've defined for RedCap. So,
Okay.
I mean, you could send it somewhere else, but that's what it means, save to external storage. It doesn't mean you can't save it if you don't click on it. It just means that it will save it to the same folder, which
And
it's
that's why it's showing up twice.
yeah, it's eDocs. Just for those of you who are administrators, there's an eDocs folder, and uh, the I don't want to get into the weeds here, but if anyone has looked at the back end or tried to put a image of a file upload somewhere, it's not something that works out very well because in the database it stores a reference number. To prevent the database from bloat, it's going to take the consent and put it in a folder that we, as RedCap administrators, have designated as a place so that we could have a huge uh, drive to store all of the e-consents and the file uploads, which is going to take a lot of space. So we define that, and then in the database, there's just a pointer to that actual file in the eDocs folder, which again is on some other uh, storage drive than where RedCap itself resides. So the point of this is, do you want to save this to the same folder in the eDocs folder where the e-consent is, or do you want to put it somewhere else? I know that's more than a lot of people want to know, but for those of it's an opportunity for me to tell the people who are actually administering this for RedCap. I don't mean on a project level. I mean, from my team, what this means in case anybody asks you. So,
Awesome. Thank you, Terry, for clearing that up a little bit. And then save only completed forms. I think that's pretty straightforward. If you had somebody do an incomplete consent, it wouldn't actually save it. I have left that blank. I technically have not had any incomplete consents. So I assume that you would get an incomplete consent with the staff signature. But otherwise you could select it this way and never get that. So also just to show you how I set up the alerts, I'm sorry, the consent form is then automatically triggered with an alert to send the merged document. So this is the merged document. I know it's very tiny, but you can see that both signatures are there. This is what is sent to the subject themselves, so that they can see, they can have a copy of their consent with both signatures. And I used an alert to do that, and this is the alert. So when staff signature is complete and the merged document is not blank, send it immediately to the participant email address and use the attachment. Are there any questions?